Class 12th, Subject Physics, third chapter, Kinetic Theory of Gases and Radiation. From this chapter, let us see the specific heat capacity of the gas. So when the temperature of a gas is increased, even a small rise in temperature causes the considerable change in its volume as well as pressure. Hence, two specific heats are defined in case of gases, and these are specific heat capacity at constant volume and specific heat capacity at constant pressure, that is Cv and Cp. Now in this case, Cp is greater than Cv, that is specific heat at constant pressure is greater than specific heat at constant volume, because when the gas is heated, keeping its volume constant, the total amount of energy supplied to that gas is used only to increase its internal energy, that is to raise its temperature. Since there is no expansion of the gas, no work will be done, and therefore keeping volume constant, when the gas is heated, the total amount of heat energy will be used to increase its temperature. On the other hand, when the gas is heated, keeping its pressure constant, at that time the amount of energy supplied to that gas will be used for two different purposes. One part of that energy will be used to increase its internal energy, that is to raise its temperature, and the remaining part of energy will be used to perform work. As there is expansion of the gas, the work done will be there, and that's why Cp is greater than Cv. Now the relation between specific heat at constant pressure and specific heat at constant volume is given by Mayer's relation. So this relation gives the relationship between the specific heats of the gases. In order to obtain the expression for the relation between Cp and Cv, let us consider 1 mole of an ideal gas enclosed in a cylinder by light, frictionless and airtight piston. So in this diagram, this is the cylinder which will be filled with 1 mole of gas, and it will be provided with this light, frictionless and airtight piston. Now let P, Phi and T be the initial values of pressure, volume and temperature of that gas. Now we can heat the gas by two different ways, that is keeping its volume constant as well as keeping its pressure constant. Let us consider when that gas is heated, keeping its volume constant. So if the gas is heated so that its temperature raises by some quantity dt, so that keeping its volume constant, then the amount of heat supplied to the gas, let it be dq1, is used to increase the internal energy of the gas. That means dq1, that amount of energy will be used to increase its temperature, and hence since the volume of gas is constant, no work will be done in moving that piston, and therefore we can write dq1, that amount of energy supplied, will be equal to increase in its energy dE, and that is equal to Cv dt, where Cv is the specific heat at constant volume, because according to definition Cv will be equal to dq by dt, and therefore dq1 will be written as Cv into dt, equation number 1. Now on the other hand, if the gas is heated to the same temperature as that of previous at constant pressure, volume of gas then increases, suppose by dV, then the amount of heat energy supplied to the gas is used to increase the internal energy of the gas as well as to move the piston upwards to allow the expansion of the gas. Therefore, the work done dW will be equal to PdV, and hence the amount of energy supplied to that gas, that is dQ2, will be equal to dE plus dW, and that will be written as Cp into dt, equation number 2. Now, if you consider this case, then Cp is the molar specific heat of the gas at constant pressure in that relation. Now putting the value of dE, from equation number 1, that is Cv dt, in equation number 2, we can write Cp dt equal to, this Cp dt is equal to dE plus dW, that will be equal to Cv dt plus PdV. Since that PdV is nothing but the dW, that is work done, and therefore rearranging the terms, we can write Cp dt, this Cp dt minus this Cv dt will be equal to PdV. Therefore, taking common dt, Cp minus Cv into dt will be equal to PdV, equation number 3. But by ideal gas equation, for 1 mole of gas, we have PV equal to RT, and therefore we can write PdV equal to RdT, differentiating this, and there's, in this case, pressure P is constant, and therefore it is PdV equal to RdT, and therefore we can write, putting this value of PdV, that is equal to RdT, in equation number 3, we will get Cp minus Cv into dt equal to RdT. Cancelling dt on both sides, we will get Cp minus Cv equal to R, equation number 4, and this equation represents Mayer's relation, that is the relationship between the specific heat at constant pressure and specific heat at constant volume, that is Cp minus Cv equal to R. Now, in this relation, heat energy and mechanical energy, that is internal energy as well as the work done, are measured in the same units, and therefore we can write Cp minus Cv equal to R. But generally heat energy is measured in calories and work done is measured in terms of joule. Heat energy is measured in terms of calories and the mechanical work done will be measured in terms of joule. Hence, equation number 4 will be written as, this equation will be written as Cp minus Cv equal to R by J, where J is called as mechanical equivalent of heat. J is mechanical equivalent of heat, and therefore similarly Cp equal to m0 Sp we can write, and Cv equal to m0 Sv, where m0 is molar mass of the gas and Sp and Sv are the principal specific heats. So these are the principal specific heats. So we have two types of specific heats again, molar specific heats and principal specific heats. In case of molar specific heats, we consider 1 mole of gas, while in case of principal specific heats, we consider unit mass of gas, and therefore we can write m0 Sp. We have the equation like this: m0 Sp minus m0 Sv equal to R by J. Taking common m0, we will get Sp minus Sv equal to R upon m0 J, equation number 5. So this will also represent similar form of Mayer's relation.